Singapore is an amazing place, so different from all the other Southeast Asian countries like Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Myanmar or the Philippines. It is actually more similar to American cities like New York. Just think about it. The city built on the ground with no natural resources, on a tiny spot of land with nothing but great ideas must be different from everything else. Singapore is unique on a global scale. One of the interesting facts of Singapore is that this Singaporean law is one of the funniest we have ever heard of. Chewing gum, except dental and nicotine gums, is officially forbidden in Singapore. You won't find a chewing gum in any store. Only a doctor can prescribe it to you. Why does Singapore have such a weird law? It is all about cleanliness. The government's main goal is to keep the country clean, and we all know how many people throw the chewing gum on the street, without thinking about how disgusting it is. So no chewing gum. It's also not allowed to eat and drink on public transportation, buses and MRT. This is for the sake of cleanliness again. With so much good food sold across the country, it might be hard to resist, but you wouldn't want to get a fine. This is one of the coolest facts of Singapore. There are only 2 surviving city-states in the world, Monaco, the Vatican, and Singapore. But Singapore is the only one situated on an island, and 62 small islets. What's more interesting, Singapore is a really small country, but it's not the smallest on Earth. One of the cool facts about Singapore is the next one. If you have ever been to Southeast Asia, or at least read something about this area of the world, you must have heard of the Marina Bay Sands. This is the most famous hotel not only in Singapore but also in the whole ASEAN. The Marina Bay Sands consists of the 3 buildings and a huge boat-shaped roof on top of them. Secondly, an infinity pool is situated on the rooftop and it is considered one of the best in the world. Last but not least among the interesting Singapore facts about this hotel events. A lot of major events happen in this hotel. The grand final of Asia Got Talent show is just one example. The history of the city-state. One of the very interesting facts about Singapore is that some people still don't realize that Singapore is not only a city but also a country. When talking with other people, we often hear that they thought Singapore is just another Malaysian city like Kuala Lumpur. It is not anymore, although these countries are connected to each other. Some Malaysian people go to Singapore to work and earn money. And Singaporean people visit Malaysia very often during their free time, like weekends. The best among the unknown Singapore interesting facts here is that Singapore was a part of Malaysia till 1965 when it was thrown out of Malaysia by a democratic vote. One of the great facts about Singapore is that when we were in Singapore in 2015, Singapore was just celebrating the 50th anniversary of its existence. It became independent from Malaysia in 1965. Another of the interesting Singapore facts worth mentioning is that through the years, Singapore was also a territory of Japan and Great Britain. One of the interesting facts on Singapore is that although there are 64 skyscrapers right now in Singapore, it is forbidden to build buildings higher than 280 meters, 919 feet. Why? Because it is a small country and the military base called Paya Lebar Air Base is situated really close to the central business district. High buildings could be big trouble for the planes, and that's why the law regulates their height. Sing means lion in the Malay language, that's why Singapore is also called the Lion City. The lion head is also the symbol of Singapore. It's funny because actually, no lion has ever lived in that area. For the government of Singapore, it doesn't really matter. They say that a lion represents strength, excellence, and courage, and that's why it's the symbol of their country. That's one of the facts of Singapore that was super interesting for us. Have you ever seen a lake in gondolas inside a shopping mall? Singaporeans have the fastest walking speed, which is approximately 6.15 kilometers an hour. It could be related to their efficient and busy lifestyle. The national flag of Singapore is a symbol of the country's ideals. The white represents purity, while the red represents the brotherhood. The moon represents a new country rising up, and the 5 stars represent the ideals of democracy, peace, progress, justice, and equality. Singaporean elevators have urine detection devices. They will lock you in if they detect the smell of kidney-filtered water. So don't even try to pee in an elevator because it will lock you until the police arrive. Singapore's National Stadium has the world's largest retractable roof which is 312 meters in diameter. The roof covers almost 95% of the stadium and protects over 55,000 people from the rain and the sun. But what takes this roof to the Singapore interesting facts list is this: the roof can also be used as a gigantic projector. Singapore consists of the main island plus 63 other islands. The youngest person in the world to pass the GCEO level exams was 7-year-old Anan Celeste Kali, A Singaporean. The flying fox, the world's largest bat, is also found on the Singaporean island of Pulau Ubin. The papilion and the Miss Joaquim, previously known as Vanda Miss Joaquim, is the national flower of Singapore. It was an orchid crossbred by the Singapore-based Armenian horticulturist Agnes Joaquim. Caning is a legal punishment in Singapore and is often used for drug addicts. If you don't flush the public toilet after use, you'll be charged. Singapore produces over 25% of the world's supply of ornamental fish. The merlion, half lion and half fish, is Singapore's national icon. One of the famous ghost towns in Michigan is also named Singapore. When Singapore was under Japanese occupation years ago, it was called Seonendu, or Light of the South. The longest human domino chain record according to the Guinness Book of World Records was set in Singapore on September 30, 2000. This domino chain was 4.2 kilometers long and formed by 9,234 students. Suntec City in Singapore is home to the world's largest fountain, which costs $6 million to build. Singapore's $1,000 has the national anthem in fine print on the back. Boasting more corners than all the other F1 circuits, the Formula One Singapore Grand Prix was famous for holding the world's first Formula One Grand Prix. Thanks for watching this video. If you like the video, hit the like button, and share with your friends and colleagues, and don't forget to subscribe our channel, Knowledge Runway. Thank you.